Why don't you act your age?
Well, she's your Gen X bestie. She's random and she talks a lot. Yeah.
Today I thought we'd talk about aging and stereotypes, but before we get into that, let's take a look in the Trapper Keeper and see what happened 40 years ago this week in 1986. On April 14th, 1986, Judas Priest's 10th album Turbo was released. And on April 18th, 1986, the movies Murphy's Law, Wise Guy, and At Close Range were all released. And that's it. That's all I got for this week. Now let's get into today's topic. I was going to kind of script something out and have an outline and talk about something else completely, but it was spring break this week and my granddaughter stayed the night. And to be honest, I just kind of did Nana stuff and goofed off and didn't get that done. And I did have another script that I was going to use. I have an episode planned to talk about menopause, but I just didn't feel like talking about that today. So we're just going to have a little off the cuff conversation based on something that I saw this week that kind of irritated me. I was scrolling on Threads, which is like X. It's Meta's version of X, if you don't know what Threads is. And I came across someone's post saying, why do 40, 50, it might have even said 30, but why do 40, 50, and 60-year-olds act like they're in their 20s and 30s? And it annoyed me for a lot of reasons. One of them being, I see this a lot. I see it like all the time. I see it on Threads. I see people making uh, videos about it or posts about these things, making fun of people or criticizing people for being immature or childish or whatever. And quite often it's done by young people. And sometimes it's even done by like my peers, like people my own age will say that about other people. And I have a lot of thoughts about why. And so I thought we'd discuss those. The first thing I'm going to talk about is if people are dressing and acting like they're younger. There's a bird over there just chirping away at me. I'm not bothering you. Go about your business. Anyway, I thought I'd talk about if people really are doing that. Maybe older people, there are people out there that are trying to act like they're in their 20s or 30s. And maybe it's because they don't like growing old. They're uncomfortable with the idea that they're aging. I get that. It's kind of tough to go through to realize that you're kind of, over the peak of the lifespan. We have less years to live than we've already lived, most likely. Unless I make it to 107, I'm more than half over. And that can be a little shocking to the system. And you have to kind of deal with that and come to terms with it mentally and emotionally. So maybe those people are avoiding that or in denial of that, which is understandable in my mind. Maybe it's because our society values youth so much. Anywhere you look, it's being young and beautiful, which beautiful equals young in our society. If you didn't know that, it's not common for age to be embraced as beauty, even though it should be. And so maybe they're doing that just to survive our culture. It can be very difficult. Older women become invisible, and I don't just mean in the no one thinks they're attractive or flirts with them way. I mean in the chances for promotion or opportunity in their work or their voices having any value on important topics and conversations. I even, I'll discuss things and I will get dismissive comments on my videos from people. And it's like, excuse me, I, I do know what I'm talking about. I've been around a while and I have opinions and thoughts and experience, and there is value in what I have to share. And so that gets frustrating. So I can see trying to appear younger in order to just be seen in our culture. It's very frustrating. And it can be that you don't even get opportunity for interviews and things like that because youth is so valued. People are encouraged to not put all of their work history or not to put years next to their job experience because that can show how old they are on their resume or their CV. And that's just ridiculous that's a detriment. All those years of experience would work against you because we don't value older people. Ageism is a real problem in the workforce in America, and I'm probably going to end up doing a in-depth episode about that eventually. But I know people who are in their 50s, early 50s, and they've been, downsized out of their job, or they're looking for a career change because they're unhappy in the role they're in, and they can barely get interviews. And when they do get interviews, they don't ever get calls back or offers for anything. And if they do get an offer, it's usually for something that pays a lot less. And in your 50s, you can't retire. It's not like you can go, oh, well, I guess I'll retire now. Most people in their 50s have to work another 15 years. 67 is the retirement age for Social Security. So if you haven't got a large savings for retirement that can accommodate an extra 10 years, you're kind of screwed. You have to work. So we really need to change the way we look at age in our society. So those are some ways that I can see people trying to look younger just so that they have the opportunity to exist in the way that they want to exist in our culture. The other thing, I have a hair, excuse me. Got it. It's what happens when you have wild and woolly hair. You end up getting hair in your mouth. Anyway, on the other side of that coin are people that are accused of trying to act or look younger, dress younger, whatever, than they really are. But that's not what they're doing. They're just being themselves and living their lives. And I fall into that category. I dress for me, and I don't worry too much about it being age appropriate or even gender appropriate for that matter. I'll wear a tie and a vest and a jacket. I have men's jeans on right now because I can get them to fit me better with length and everything. And they have pockets. Like women's jeans, that's a whole nother thing. Women's jeans don't have pockets, and I don't understand that at all, unless it's just some sort of conspiracy to get us to buy purses. But I hate carrying purses because I always set them down somewhere and forget about them. I don't need to have all that stuff with me. And so I like pockets. I like men's blazers because they have all the pockets in them, because women's blazers don't have pockets either. We're probably going to do a fashion episode at some point so I can air all these complaints I have about women's fashion. But anyway, I don't want to carry a purse, and I don't think I need to, because it doesn't matter. I don't want to. I don't have to. But the whole age thing is we just are comfortable. Like, I think we've figured out some things about ourselves and what we like and what we don't like. And life's too short to dress for other people. I mean, I know how to dress appropriately for different events and circumstances, but that doesn't mean I have to dress appropriately for my age. I really don't even know how you begin to define that. Like, at what age do you have to stop wearing certain things? It doesn't make sense to me. Or certain hairstyles or makeup styles or whatever it is. Why is there an age determination on some of that stuff? If I want to dress like a toddler, like, that's my business. If I want to wear granimals, remember gramanimals? Remember gramanimals? Yeah. Remember granimals, the clothes that had like I think that did the tags maybe had an animal on them or something, and so you knew you could match the tops and the bottoms based on what the tag had on them, and that it was a good looking outfit. But I could maybe use some of that kind of help, like a whole fashion line that had tags that said this shirt goes with these pants and this blazer goes with this shirt and these sunglasses go, like, help me put the outfit together so it looks coordinated, but let me do it in my own style. But anyway, I don't understand that. I don't understand why it's not okay for me to wear my Converse and my band T-shirts without being accused of trying to recapture my youth or something. I just like them. I've listened to those bands probably for 40 years, and the music brings me joy. So wearing the shirt brings me joy. I have like 10 pairs of Chuck Taylor Converse tennis shoes in all different colors. I have a few pairs of Vans. I love them. I've been wearing them since I was a teenager. I'm not going to stop now just because somebody thinks I'm too old. That doesn't make any sense. My hair is wild and woolly and long, and I like to wear it that way. I don't think I have to go get a haircut because I'm a certain age and now I have to wear short hair. That I don't know where that started, but I remember that a lot. I remember in the like 80s and 90s being a young person and hearing older people talk about ladies who kept their hair long like it was some sort of scandal. Like, why doesn't she have a bob or a pixie cut now? She's in her 50s. And it's just silly. It's absolutely silly. If you want your hair short, like go for it. If you want your hair all the way down to your ankles, go for that. It's your head. And I think that's where I'd like to see us get on these topics. It doesn't have anything to do with your age. You only get to do this one time. This is your shot at existing. And I feel like we should be able to exist in a way that makes us happy. If my band t-shirts and my vintage members only jacket and my Chuck Taylors make me happy, leave me alone. Let me wear them. It doesn't say anything about what I'm trying to do other than I like the way it looks or feels and I enjoy wearing it. I'm not bothering anybody with it. I'm not pretending to be something I'm not. And even if I am, what business is it of yours, right? Like, I think we just need to all stay in our own lanes and mind our business when it comes to other people doing those kinds of things. Fashion is just fashion. Style is style. And if you haven't changed your style since 1985, cool. If you change your style every 18 months, cool. Like, quit worrying about other people and quit judging other people based on what you think you know. Because this is the other thing I'll say about like the younger people saying it. They don't know yet. I didn't know when I was young what it was like to be older, and they don't either. And so I could cut them a little slack for that, but they're so rude about it sometimes that I'm just not going to listen to it anymore. It's ridiculous and kind of ticks me off. Oh, there's another bird. We're doing this outside today because it's just too nice to be down in the basement or inside. So we're gonna hang out on the porch today, or have been hanging out on the porch today. This is hard to do without notes to keep me on track. I'm probably a little bit all over the place. So when younger people do it, I think it's just from a lack of understanding because they've not experienced being older. And when you're older, you kind of go, oh, yeah, I get it now. And so I can't expect them to understand. What bothers me even more than the younger people doing it is when people my own age or older do it, because we should all know better. And I think it probably comes out of those people, there were expectations put on them to act or dress or be in a certain way, and they complied with those expectations of society and other people. And so now they expect all of us to, and they get frustrated when we don't. Maybe there's a little jealousy in there because they don't really want to either, or they don't have the self-esteem that allows them to just be comfortable being themselves. Like they're afraid to put that out there. And so if I can't do it, you can't do it either. And that bothers me on a lot of levels because of all the things that happen to make people feel that way, and therefore act out towards people who don't do things like they do. And just it sets us all back. It just causes so many issues that don't even need to exist, because if I dress in a certain way, it has no bearing on you. It's really none of your business. And if you don't like it and we're friends, then just don't be my friend. Like that's easy. Or don't go places with me because you don't like the way I dress or behave or how loud I listen to my music or whatever. It's real simple. Just you do you and I'll do me. And if those things are compatible, we can chill. And if not, that's cool. You know what I mean? You guys know what I mean? So how do you guys feel about this? Like what are your thoughts about the societal expectations and the cultural norms that have gotten us to this place where not only youth is seen as superior to age, but also age is told, here are your rules and you can't do this stuff. Because I'm not sure how we got here, but I would like to get us out of here and get to a point where we're not so hung up on that sort of thing. You know, if I were to take you to my closet right now, there's some pretty grandma sweaters in there, because days that it's chilly and I'm staying at home, I wrap a little grandma sweater around me while I putz around and get stuff done or work on podcast episodes or whatever. But then when I go out to have fun, my outfits are a little more flamboyant, a little more 80s inspired, because I still love the fashion of the 80s. I have so many men's blazers and skinny jeans, and like I said, the Converse, but I have, you know, leopard print ankle boots. I have snakeskin boots. I have snakeskin looking shoes. I like all that stuff. I like the chunky leather bands and rings and wild earrings. I've got snakes today. These are new. I was very excited to find these at the mall the other day, which was fun. I went to the mall and there were a lot of people there, and almost every storefront had a store, and it felt like the old days. And that was, but that's another subject. See, we're off on tangents because I don't have an outline. Anyway, um, I dress for my mood. I dress for where I'm going, kind of. Sometimes I do just wear whatever wild thing I want and go grocery shopping, because I have the things and I want to wear them, and I'm trying not to save stuff for special occasions or certain events. Like if I'm in the mood to wear my faux leopard fur coat and leather pants, I'm going to, whether I'm just going to the local bar, the grocery store, or, you know, an event. I dress how it makes me happy. And I think if we could all just remember, people are just trying to be happy, we would quit worrying about all these little rules and ideas we have about how people should live. Okay, I don't feel like I talked enough while we were out on the porch, so I thought I'd show you some of my clothes and how I dress my age. So down here is my Chuck collection. I think these are my favorite, my pink high tops. But I also have these polka dot ones too that have like gold eyelets, and so those are fun. And I typically don't wash them very often because I kind of like them to get a little grungy and dirty looking, except for my white ones. I do wash my white ones. And I also try to find vintage Converse because they've changed them. They used to be like this, where they were just just the canvas on the inside. Now they're doing like a lining that is a little squishy, like a little thin layer of foam, and I don't like it. So I don't typically look at new Converse. I try to find vintage, but there are a few colors of new Converse that I really would like to have. So I might have to break down and go that route. So those are my Converse. These are my Vans. These ones need new laces. This is my favorite pair. And this is a little shopping hack for you ladies. I wear like a size 7.5 or 8 women's shoe. And these were actually on clearance in the boys section. And they were very reasonably priced. I think they're a size 5 or something in men's. I don't know where the size is. But if you have size 7.5, 8 shoes, you might be able to wear boys' shoes and find some fun shoes. Now that's a fashion tip, I'm telling you. I have a thing for animal print. And sometimes I wear these boots with this coat. That's fun. You know, you can never have too much animal print. I typically don't mix my animal prints though. Like I wouldn't wear this coat and these boots. Like I wouldn't do that. That's just silly. Okay, now I might do it just because. I thrift most of my clothes because I go in the department stores and go shopping, and I go to the section of the store that's supposed to be for me, and I hate all the clothes. I just hate them. So I find a lot of my stuff in vintage stores, including my tees, except for this one. This obviously is my logo, and my daughter designed it, and I have a little store that I sell my t-shirts in. But anyway, these are all my graphic tees. Well, most of them. And I've gotten most of those either on clearance or at thrift stores. This is one of my favorite blouses. This is a vintage blouse from 1993 that actually still had the tags on it when I bought it, and it smelled like mothballs. So it had been in storage its entire life. I do a little animal print in my shirts too. I like this one because it's not normal colors. I need to find a pair of like plum boots or something to wear with this because I think it would look good with the green. And then this is a vintage woman's blazer that I picked up. See how there's no pockets there? Okay. This is one of my men's blazers, and like look at all those pockets. All of those pockets. And even these pockets are better than the outside pockets on the women's blazer. They're bigger. So yeah, we're going to have to do an episode about women's fashion. So I have several blazers. I wear men's vests, and I'll wear these under a blazer sometimes, and sometimes I wear them with t-shirts and lots of jewelry and stuff. So that's fun for me. What else? What else? Oh, this is a men's shirt, but like I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist the pattern. So I like that one. Some of my other silly stuff is like I picked this up last year, I think at Walmart, but it has the Smurfs on it. So I wear this. I'll wear this like to the beach and stuff. I don't normally make it like a going out outfit, although I probably could. I probably could do something fun and cute with that. I have about 3 or 4 Hawaiian shirts. I like this one. I like this one because it has ladies on it. I don't know if you can see that. That one's kind of fun. So yeah, I'm just weird, and I wear what I want, and I don't care if people think I'm weird. And I very rarely get rid of things. I really should be better about that because my closet room is getting rather full. What else could I show you? Oh, some of my stuff in here is like costumes for social media videos. So I have this, it's not vintage, it's new, but it's like a 1950s inspired dress. And I have my little crinoline that goes under it. I have this little tutu thing for doing some like 80s, like Cyndi Lauper type stuff. These are, in case I'm ever feeling a little David Lee Roth or Bret Michaels, I can wear those in a video. So I have fun stuff like that. Oh, I found these recently. I really need to do like some hair metal because I have zebra print leggings now. And then these ones are fun. These are just kind of wild and fun. And I haven't worn them yet. I probably should just turn them into like workout pants because I can't see me wearing those out anywhere necessarily. And then I have shoes that I love that are very hard to wear, but I can't bring myself to get rid of them. This being the main pair. I don't do well walking in heels like that, but just look at that shoe. How fun is that? My pants that I wear are typically men's jeans. I have a whole drawer of men's jeans down here, but I do wear these ones. I'm waiting to be able to get back in because I'm working on it. But I wear a lot of Levi's skinny jeans, and I like to wear boot cut. I have a pair of like Wrangler retro boot cuts that I really like. As far as my dress pants go, I wear black usually. These are my favorite. These are my favorite, like not jeans, but they're kind of like jeans. I don't do dressy a lot. I own like maybe 3 dresses. Let's see. Yeah. If I had to wear a dress somewhere, it'd probably be this one because I don't have a lot. I have this and I have a black dress. So I do have the little black dress if I need it. And then these are the shoes I would typically wear if I wear a dress. Although I do have some fun ones and some other basic ones. Are you guys having fun? Are you enjoying my little closet tour? I found this. This is a Halloween costume, but I have Ferris Bueller's jacket. And his vest. His vest is in there too. And then I have a Save Ferris t-shirt, so I wear that sometimes just for fun. So there's my Save Ferris t-shirt. I didn't hang that where it goes. It's with orange, not red. I'll have to fix that later. This is a leather blazer, men's blazer that I picked up. I think it was made in Spain. Yes, made in Spain. It's 100% leather, but the sleeves are too long, so I have to find somewhere that I can have leather altered, because I'm scared to do it myself. I have altered clothes in the past, but I don't want to mess that one up. Oh, hey, this is my prom dress. This is my dress from prom 1990, and I have the earrings too. I still wear the earrings. The dress does not fit, but these were the earrings I wore with my prom dress. So see, I told you, I don't get rid of anything. I wish I still had some of the clothes I had in the 80s that I did get rid of, but oh well. So that's my closet. I didn't show you my grandma sweater, but I do have it. So, see, this is my little old lady sweater that I wear around the house sometimes. I don't typically wear this out. I used to. When I thought I had to dress for other people, I would wear stuff like this because that's what I was supposed to wear. I don't do that anymore. Screw that. This is a little less than grandma sweater. See, animal print. I'm into the animal print, which I think might be an old lady thing. So I am doing that a little bit, right? Okay, that's enough of my closet. I just thought I'd show you what I was talking about when I said I dress how I want. And maybe I'll start putting together little outfits to wear in episodes just so you can see how weird I really am. Okay, back to the regularly scheduled programming. So anyway, that was a ramble. I don't even know if this is going to work for the episode. I have to watch this all back and see if anything I said just made sense. But just remember, it's okay to be you. It's okay to express your personality, your tastes, and your interests in your appearance and your activities, and that you're loved and you have worth. Later, dudes.